What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Behind Show. And today is another installment of Mock Draft Monday. In this video, I'll be doing the first 25 picks of the first round, and then next Monday, I'll be doing the first full mock draft of the first round. So we're live on YouTube right now. I'm getting ready to do the mock draft. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Obviously, no, number one's not really a surprise. The Jacksonville Jaguars take Trevor Lawrence. They need him. They need a quarterback desperately. He's the best prospect in the draft. It's really a no-brainer there. So we'll go on to number two. I know some people might have Justin Fields number two. I like Zach Wilson a whole lot more than Justin Fields. I think the comparison between one and two with Lawrence and Fields is a lot closer than 2 and 3 with Fields and Wilson. Zach Wilson reminds me a lot of Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, and both of those quarterbacks are very successful and have been good in the NFL. I mean, Russell Wilson's going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Kyler Murray's done pretty well so far with the Arizona Cardinals. And to me, the issue with Fields, he's good, but the Jets don't really have a good offensive line, and Fields tends to hold the ball and get sacked more often. That's part of the reason. That's why his completion percentage is so high. Yeah, Fields is overrated. Give the Chargers somebody. I really like Zach Wilson number two. I think he has more potential. I think he's more pro ready than Justin Fields by a lot. I think Fields could be good, but I think he should sit a little while wherever he goes. So we're going to number three here. Devontae Smith, to me, to the Dolphins makes so much sense. His last game was played in the Dolphins Stadium. He played with Tua, the starting quarterback of the Dolphins. He was just coached by the Dolphins in the Senior Bowl. And the championship game that Tua and Alabama won a couple years ago, that pass was Devontae Smith. So they already have chemistry. They need another good receiver to pair him with Devontae Parker. And Devontae Smith, won the Heisman, one of the best seasons ever for a wide receiver. I think it would make a lot of sense. Jamar Chase here would also make some sense. Either one of those, to me, I think would be good for the Miami Dolphins. But to me, I think the Dolphins should go wide receiver at number three, not Penei Sewell or offensive lineman. Not just saying that because the Bengals, I just think that would be in their best interest. They could still get a good tackle at their other first-round pick if Tevin Jenkins or possibly something like that. Darisaw, he would drop. So go to number four. The Atlanta Falcons taking Justin Fields. And to me, I really think number four is going to be a quarterback. I've said this every single mock draft I've done, whether it's the Atlanta Falcons taking Zach Wilson or Justin Fields if he drops, or of a team like the Panthers would trade up or something like that. Just, trade up. I just really think number four is going to be quarterback. Matt Ryan has a huge contract. He's getting older. I believe he's 36 or 37 years old coming up soon. His best years are pretty much behind him. If you get a quarterback in the first round, like a Justin Fields or a Zach Wilson, you can also get another receiver because, Julio's still one of the best receivers in the league. But, he's 32, 33 years old. Calvin Ridley's good, but if you can get somebody else with them maybe in the second round, you can kind of have your next Matt Ryan and Julio for the next decade for Atlanta. Maybe somebody like a Rondell Moore from Purdue or Terrence Marshall from LSU. I think Justin Fields would be really nice at number four for the Falcons, or if Zach Wilson was available at number four as well. I think either one of those picks would be good because, like I said, I think Justin Fields should set a little bit. And obviously, the Falcons draft Justin Fields. They're not going to be playing him right now. They're going to be having Matt Ryan play some. So I think that has potential to be good with Atlanta if they take Fields or Wilson. But I really think four will be a quarterback, and I think the Atlanta Falcons should take a quarterback at number four if they do not trade with anybody. So in number five, There's not really much explanation for this. I mean, if Penei Sewell is available, the Bengals are going to take him. I would say more than likely. The only other person I think it would be possible they don't. The only person I believe they could draft at number 5 is Jamar Chase if Penei Sewell is available. But I still really expect the Bengals to take Sewell number 5. You have Sewell, you have Jonah Williams, 2 really good tackles to protect your franchise quarterback in Burrow in the next decade. And I mean, the Bengals' offensive line has not been good at all the past, really since 2015. And if you get Sewell, I think that would be really nice. You have a good offensive line. You have Jonah Williams, Sewell, Burrow, T. Higgins. I mean, you have tons of guys on rookie contracts. I mean, you have pretty much a really good player for the most part at every position. And I think that would be a good, smart pick by the Bengals if they do that. It's a team need. It's more than likely best player available. But if Penei Sewell isn't available, and if Jamar Chase is, I don't have an issue. The Bengals take Chase at number 5. But if there's a scenario where Jamar Chase is available and Penei Sewell is, Jamar Chase is gone and Penei Sewell is gone, I would like to see the Bengals trade back and get Kyle Pitts. I know lots of people like Jamar Chase because he played with Burrow and he had 20 touchdowns with Burrow. Devontae Smith won the Heisman. I like Pitts more than both of them. Everybody says that Penei Sewell is a generational tackle. That may be true, but the exact same case could be made for Kyle Pitts being a generational talent tight end. He reminds me a lot of Travis Kelce and George Kittle. And I really think if Penei Sewell is available at number 5, the Bengals should take him. But if he's not, I wouldn't be against trading back. Number 6, Jamar Chase to the Eagles makes so much sense. I mean, last season, they decided to not take the best LSU receiver available in Justin Jefferson. Instead, they took Jalen Reagor from TCU. And, this year, they're going to take the wide receiver they should have took, the LSU receiver, in Jamar Chase. To me, I thought the Eagles should have hired coach. To me, that would have made a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, you saw what Joe Brady did with Burrow at LSU, and he also made Jamar Chase look really good with Burrow, and I think that would have been really nice. But regardless, I think Jamar Chase would be a good spot here. An underrated pick to watch, number 6, is Jamar Chase. Kyle Pitts. I think that makes a lot of sense. Jamar Chase at 6, but watch out for Kyle Pitts at 6 too. There's reports that the Eagles may release tight end Zach Ertz. It would save them money. And I think Pitts would be a good pick. Pitts and Chase, either one of those would be really nice for the Eagles. Give Jalen Hurts some weapons, which he needs because they don't have anybody. That's part of the reason why Carson Wentz was so bad last season. But I have Chase at 6 number here. You go to 7, the Lions. I mean, the trade that happened the other day with Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff was absolutely crazy. And I think, since you've got your quarterback as of right now, and, you need weapons for your quarterback because Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay are both free agents. And Jalen Waddle, if he did not get injured, you can make a case that he could possibly be the first wide receiver taken in the draft. If he didn't get injured, Devontae Smith would not have near as good a stats as he did. There was no chance Devontae Smith would win the Heisman without Waddle getting hurt. And, I've heard possibly if the Lions take a quarterback. I don't think that's the case. Let's say they take Trey Lance, which I would say is probably the best quarterback available here. And they have Goff start for a year, and then you take over with Lance. But I think Jalen Waddle will be a good pick here for the Lions at number 7. Number 8, I have Kyle Pitts. I think that would be a really nice pick for the Carolina Panthers. And to me, it kind of reminds me of Greg Olsen with them. He could be the next Greg Olsen for the next 5 or 6 years. And they had DJ Moore, who I like a lot, and I think he's really underrated. But at the same time, you still need weapons. But you can also make a case, how I said, with Trey Lance possible with the Lions at 7. Um, Trey Lance is a possibility at number 8 with the Carolina Panthers as well. Teddy Bridgewater only has 1 year on his contract left. It'll be interesting to see if Carolina takes a quarterback. But I have the Carolina Panthers taking Kyle Pitts here. But I mean, Trey Lance is a really intriguing option at 8 for Carolina. So we go to number 9. For quite some time, I've had the Broncos and Cowboys take corners at 9 and 10. So I'm going to stick with that. I have the Denver Broncos sitting cornerback Patrick Surtain from Alabama at number 9. I mean, they recently lost. I mean, they have AJ Boye, but he has 1 year his contract. They lost Chris Harris recently. They don't have a good secondary. And, Surtain's probably the best corner in the draft. If Caleb Farley for Virginia Tech played this year, he possibly could have jumped him, but with him, not playing, not wanting to take a chance of getting the coronavirus or getting injured, decided to opt out. But either corner here, Farley or Surtain, would be good for Denver. I have them taking Surtain at number 9. So with Surtain going number 9 to Denver, I have the Cowboys taking Caleb Farley, number 10, cornerback of Virginia Tech. They lost Byron Jones last year for agency. They have Diggs, but he was injured. Their defense to start the season was on pace to be one of the worst defenses of all time. And I think that would be a really nice pickup for the Cowboys. And you can maybe also make a case they need some defensive ends, Dexter Lawrence and his contract. Maybe Kwity Paye will maybe make a little bit of sense. Gregory Rousseau, but I've seen him dropping a ton. So with Kwity Paye, mentioned him. I have him going to the Giants at number 11. They need edge rushers. And to me, I think somebody interesting for the Giants is Kadarius Toney. I think he's going to have a really nice combine. He's only going to go up draft boards more. I think Toney will end up being a top 15 pick, and I think there's a chance that Giants may take a little bit of reach at number 11 and take Toney, or if Jalen Waddle is available at number 11 or Kyle Pitts is at number 11, I would not be surprised at all if the Giants would take one of those guys at number 11. But I think Kwity Paye at number 11 for the New York Giants is a good pick. To me, it's top. He might be my top edge rusher right now. I'm not really sure. I like him more than Gregory Rousseau, but I think that would be a good pick for the Giants at number 11. Number 12 is the 49ers and J.C. Horn. Tackle doesn't make kind of sense. With Staley recently retiring, there's a decent chance that 49ers don't even actually have this pick when it comes to draft time because they may trade it for Deshaun Watson. But J.C. Horn, cornerback of South Carolina, Richard Sherman, I believe he's a free agent and he's getting older. They have a really nice defense, really nice team, but it's just for injuries. If it wasn't for injuries, they definitely would have made the playoffs last season. But J.C. Horn would be a really nice pick. Number 12, 13, Rashawn Slater, best tackle available. And Daniel Jeremiah from NFL Network recently had Slater going before Penei Sewell. So I've seen some people like Slater more than Sewell. The Chargers with Slater at 13, they don't have a good offensive line. They need to protect their quarterback and Herbert. I think that would be a good pick. 14, Christian Darrisaw, but the offensive tackle going to the Vikings. But here, I've had Elijah Vera Tucker going here before, and I still think that's a possibility because Tucker can play tackle, but I've also seen reports that he may go to guard as well. And the Vikings need both a tackle and a guard. So Vera Tucker does make sense at 14, but I went with Darrisaw because he's overall, I would say, probably a better tackle. So the Vikings with 14 take Christian Darrisaw. 15, I have the New England Patriots taking Micah Parsons. Like I mentioned with the New York Giants, I think Kadarius Toney is going to jump up a ton. That's a possible spot. I think when it's all said and done, if Kadarius Toney is still available at 15, he'll more than likely go to the Patriots unless somebody who absolutely should not be there is there, and they take him, someone like Kyle Pitts. But Michael Parsons, this is a questionable pick because If you haven't seen reports, Michael Parsons has been in a lot of trouble at Penn State, and it's not been talked about at all. You have to look it up to find it. Assaulting teammates and just to me, if I'm a team, I wouldn't draft him. And I know you look at Joe Mixon. He did something he shouldn't have done. He dropped Willie Gay, the junior, the linebacker from Mississippi State last season. You know, he dropped last season because he was in a fight with a teammate. He punched a teammate in the face and he cheated on a test. But Michael Parsons, what he did is 100 times worse if you look it up. Um, I think this would be a good pick for the Patriots. And Belichick's the type of guy, he's willing to take chances at times, just for last season, as an example, signing Antonio Brown. Clearly, that did not work out. But I think Parsons would be a good pick for the Patriots at 15. At 16, Jeremiah Owusu-Koroma, the linebacker from Notre Dame. If Parsons were 16, still available at 16, I think the Cardinals would take him. But I think this would be a good pick for the Cardinals. They need linebackers. He's one of the best linebackers available. But some people, there's other linebackers who can maybe jump up too, when it's all said and done. But right now I have Owusu-Koroma, the linebacker of Notre Dame, going 16. 17, Kadarius Toney. Mayock said that Henry Ruggs needs to improve, and he does. But if you have Henry Ruggs and Kadarius Toney on your offense at the same time, that's not going to be able to be stopped. I think they should upgrade their quarterback maybe in the offseason, but obviously not with a draft, and especially if Kadarius Toney is available. If you have him and Ruggs, I think that'd be great for your offense. Not to mention you also have Josh Jacobs, who's a really nice young running back, and Darren Waller, who's a top 3 tight end in the NFL. I think that'd be a great pick for the Raiders. 18, to me, this is a debatable pick. I have Najee Harris, the running back of Alabama. It's debatable between Najee Harris and Travis Etienne, the running back from Clemson. The reason I went with Harris is part of the reason I went with Devontae Smith, the familiarity. Smith played with Tua in college. He was coaching the Senior Bowl by the Dolphins. And I think Tua, and after you draft Devontae Smith, might have a little bit input to draft Najee Harris. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is Travis Etienne. Either one of the picks would be really nice for Miami. But Najee Harris would go into Miami at 18. Washington football team, Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a big question mark on the draft because you don't know. Seen mock drafts have him going to top 5. I've seen other ones have him not being in the top 25. His level of competition has a lot to do with it. But it'll be really interesting. The same thing was said for Carson Wentz. And, he was the MVP caliber player for a season. So the same thing with Joe Flacco when he came out from Delaware. And, he won a Super Bowl with Baltimore. So it'll be really interesting. I don't think Lance would be a bad pick for the Washington. But honestly, I think Washington should trade for Deshaun Watson. I think if they trade for Deshaun Watson, they would be Super Bowl contenders immediately. But if Trey Lance is there at 19, I think that would be a good pickup by Washington there with 19. 20, have the Bears taking Gregory Rousseau from Miami. Rousseau did not play this season. They opted out due to the coronavirus. This pick, to me, I went back and forth between an edge and a wide receiver. You could take maybe Rondale Moore or Terrence Marshall even, or an edge rusher. I went Rousseau because this wide receiver class is loaded, and in the second round, there's a possibility that maybe one of those 2 receivers is still available. And Rousseau's good, but he is kind of inconsistent, and it is a team need for the Bears. But also Allen Robinson is a free agent, so we're really interested to see what the Bears do at number 20. Went Rousseau, but this is a kind of a toss-up. You can make a case that defensive end is more important or wide receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if it was either one of those positions for the Bears at number 20. Number 21, I think this is an absolutely great pick for the Colts. Christian Barmore, the defensive tackle from the Alabama. Last season they traded DeForest Buckner and they need another defensive tackle. And they're if they get a good quarterback, they're a Super Bowl contender. They would have been a Super Bowl contender last season if Philip Rivers was in his prime. But obviously, Philip Rivers the last year of his career. But I think this would be a great pickup for the Colts. They already have a really nice defense with Darius Leonard and some other young players as well. Great pick by the Colts at 21. Number 22, the Tennessee Titans need defensive end. So Azeez Ojulari from Georgia, I really like him. I like him more than Gregory Rousseau, but Rousseau has just been dropping a ton, and Ojulari has been rising up some. I wouldn't be surprised when it comes draft day if Ojulari were jump Rousseau. But to me, I think this is a really nice pick by the Titans. They need some more defensive players. Really good pick here at 22. 23, this is outstanding pick by the Jets. If you're a Jets fan, you have to be really excited about this pick with Travis Etienne going to 23. You get your franchise quarterback in Zach Wilson, and you get Travis Etienne, who's arguably the best running back in the draft at 23. Etienne's a lot like Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara. And if you get a running back like that, you're going to have a really nice offense, especially with a quarterback like Zach Wilson. Best value pick so far up to this point, in my opinion, for any team in the draft. So that was 23 with the Jets taking ETN. So we go to 24. This is probably a little bit of a reach. There's been lots of things coming out that Pouncey may retire the center of the Steelers. Creed Humphrey, I've seen mock drafts him going towards the end of the first round, early second, around that range. So I have the Steelers taking Creed Humphrey here, the center from Oklahoma. I think it would be a good pick, maybe a little bit of a reach, but at the end, if you want your guy, if you're not sure he's going to be there with your next pick, just go ahead and get him. That's what the New York Giants did a couple years ago. They wanted Daniel Jones, and they took him instead of trading back a couple spots and still getting him. Get your guy while he's there, and I think that'd be a good pick by the Steelers. So number 25, the final pick in this, the Jaguars take Zaven Collins, a linebacker from Tulsa. Collins is one of the top linebackers. The Jaguars need another linebacker to pair with Joe Schobert, the linebacker that got last season from the Browns. I think that'd be a nice pickup. Him with Lawrence, and then if you're the Jaguars, maybe get a wide receiver in the second round, like a Terrence Marshall. He's still available. Or maybe a Maury Rogers or something like that in the third round. Get somebody familiar with Trevor Lawrence. So to recap, this mock draft, as no surprise, Trevor Lawrence goes number 1. Zach Wilson, number 2 to the Jets. Number 3, the Dolphins take wide receiver Devontae Smith. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons take quarterback Justin Fields. Number 5, the Bengals take Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon. Number 6, the Eagles take wide receiver Jamar Chase. Number 7, the Lions take wide receiver Jalen Waddle from Alabama. Number 8, the Panthers take Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida. Number 9, the Broncos take cornerback Patrick Surtain. Number 10, the Cowboys take corner Caleb Farley for Virginia Tech. 11, Kwity Paye goes to the New York Jets. 12, the 49ers take J.C. Horn, corner. Number 13, the Chargers take Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle. Number 14, the Vikings take offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw. 15, Patriots take Micah Parsons. 16, the Cardinals take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. 17, Kadarius Toney goes to the Raiders. 18, the Miami Dolphins take Najee Harris. 19, the Washington football team takes Trey Lance. 20, Christian Barmore goes to the Colts. 20, the Bears take Russo, edge from Miami. 21 is Barmore from Alabama. Number 22, the Titans take defensive end Aziz Ojulari. 23, Travis Etienne goes to the Jets. 24, Creed Humphrey, the center from Oklahoma, goes to the Steelers. And 25, Zaven Collins, the linebacker from Tulsa, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that about does it. Next mock draft Monday, I'll be doing my first full round mock draft of the NFL draft. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time on the Sports 200 Show.